College life can be challenging, especially for Black students facing unique struggles and pressures, but you don't have to face it alone. Introducing ReadU, the mental health app created by Black innovators for people of all walks of life. ReadU understands your pain and mental health struggles because it's designed by people who truly get it. With ReadU, you have access to culturally competent therapists, stress reduction techniques, and a supportive community all at your fingertips. Get ready to join a community that understands you, supports you, and helps you thrive.
Welcome back to another show of Organized Minds. It used to be good cop, bad cop, but we're not going to talk about that right now. I'm Mike D, and that's
Mike Palazzo.
Mike P. So today we got some story time here today, and we got some fun stuff to talk about. I'm trying to get this in the right position. My head looks too big in this one. I don't know why.
Today.
We're gonna ruffle some feathers. And you're gonna hear Mike off in the side there because I can't. I don't know how to make the phone show to people. It's live. Deal with it. Anyway, So
we're talking about the rap game.
The raps, yes.
The rap game.
Yeah, we got a phone call just now. First of all, our guest didn't show today.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
I don't know what happened, Sean. Maybe he's on his way. Maybe he got stuck in traffic.
Yeah, a lot of traffic.
But the phone would work. You could call.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe
anyway.
he's on horseback. No phone. But anyway.
Pigeon. He could have sent a pigeon.
Yeah,
But we didn't hear from him anyway. So we'll see what happens with that. We can't hold it against him. People go out of their way to come here.
Yeah.
In fact, he was down in. He was coming from South Carolina. So maybe I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know.
I want to commend you on that jacket today.
I
like it.
You like it? Okay, good. Is it good with the gray, or is it?
It's the Don Johnson look.
Is that right? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, this is why that's who ruined my career. That Don Johnson, that whole show, threw me off.
Right. Well,
it threw me off. It made me think
right.
that I could be this way.
No.
But with the kilos and the crocodiles, they got me all confused. So anyway, so I had just come back from Coney Island, right? Back from the 6-0 precinct in Coney Island. I get transferred back to the 7-5, which, by the way, was probably a huge mistake on everybody's part, their part and mine. They probably should have sent me straight to the 9-4, and I might have
just fired you.
Or just fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, do what they should have done.
Yeah.
Call me in and get rid of me.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I'm working with this young kid, and he happens to be. I don't want to make this mistake because I hate making mistakes because people call you out on it. He's an Hispanic guy. I think his name is Lopez. I could be wrong about that. And I think he's from Brentwood, my hometown. And I also think he had a lot of time like in the civil service ranks, like school system or something, which had him in
custodian?
Well, something like that. And so he was in the system.
Okay.
So when you're a guy that has that kind of like state pension fund system, you only have to do 5 or 6 years in the PD to get a pension.
Okay.
And then you're gone, and you have your 20-year pension.
Right.
Okay. Just so you know. This is who I'm working with. And I don't want to get his name wrong. I think it was Lopez or something.
We'll call him Lopez.
We'll call him Lopez. Nice fella. Very nice guy. Interesting guy, though. So, interesting why? Because it's his first week or so, and he happens to be working with me. Go figure. It's his first week in the 7-5. He's stuck with me. And, of course, I'm fun to work with. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Everybody loves working with me. But they don't know who I am, really.
Right.
They don't know what they're up against. So I'm driving down Sutter Avenue. Of course, I'm driving. Rookies don't drive. I take the wheel.
No, I made that mistake.
You let a rookie drive?
Yeah.
And what happened?
I should have. I should let him wrap the freaking car around a pole.
Oh, then you could have
got it 3/4.
Got your 3/4.
Yeah, I should have.
Yeah. So I don't let rookies drive. And I'm in charge. I'm the senior man. Basically, I'm senior man on patrol. Because at that point, I'm probably on the job 6 years.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of time in the city back then, okay? So basically, any job that I show up on, I'm in charge because I'm the senior man, right? Now, if it's your job, you're in charge, but you defer to me. You know how the PD...
It's different where I was. It's your post. You can take advice, but you should control the post.
No. I'm taking a little liberty with the statement there because, but they're going to defer to me anyway because they're going to say, Mike, what do you think? Right. And I'm going to say, rob the guy. No. I'm going to say, this is what I recommend you do. Right. Don't take the report. Shit can.
We would have the recorder.
Shit can the
case.
case. Yes. So anyway, so here I am, and I see this car pull up Sutter Avenue. Now I'm going to give you the. Now you got to picture. Sutter Avenue, East New York, 1986 or 7. Car's coming towards me. It's burgundy. maroon burgundy, one of those things, and it has the antenna on the back that looks like a triangle, a boomerang. The boomerang looking antenna. And I hope I didn't tell a story before. Anyway, I'm going to tell it again anyway. So, sure enough, there's a guy driving, and the guy gets out of the back, like a pimp.
Right.
And he's a medium-skinned guy. I don't know if he's black, Spanish. Doesn't matter. I'm watching him, just checking him, and I'm driving with this rookie. And we're passing him, and he looks at me, and he has a case. Today they would call it a man bag, right?
Yeah.
I call it a merce, right? So he's got this merce in his hand, and he goes like this with it.
It's called a sling bag.
Is that what they call it?
A sling bag. Yeah.
Or a Crocodile Dundee bag.
Yeah.
So but it's not doesn't have this.
Right.
Doesn't have what I got today. It's just a regular purse. So he sees me, and he goes like this with it. So I go to the kid, you want a gun collar? He goes, what? I go, you want a gun collar? So every rookie cop wants a gun collar. That's the first, wow, I got a gun collar. Big guy, That's your first medal. Your first gun collar is your first medal you can get, right? And everybody wants to get one under their belt. So he goes, yeah. I go, you sure? Because I don't want one.
Right.
I go, you sure? He goes, yeah. Okay. I go, you see that guy there? He goes, yeah. I go, he's got a gun in that bag. So he says to me, how do you? I said, listen, do you want the collar, yes or no? Because I'm not stopping this car if you don't want the collar.
Well, if you get the collar, you got to go in with him anyway. So
No,
it's like
I just take him in. I don't stay with him.
See, we got to stay.
Oh, no.
You collar, you stay.
You stay. I go back out.
Yeah, nah, it doesn't work like that.
Yeah, no. I go back out. I'll get a new kid.
Yeah, you're in for the long
No,
haul.
I'm not staying with him. Yeah. No. So I pull up, and now the guy's in the store. He's in the bodega on the corner of, and I'm going to tell you close to where it is, so you get a picture. It's on Sutter Avenue. It's around the post office, which is Cypress Projects, but it's like 3 blocks towards Queens, past the projects. So I'm going to say it's around Eldred's. I could be off by a street or two, but it's on Sutter Avenue. It's a corner bodega where the corner is the entrance. So in Brooklyn, the buildings are shaped like this, and at the corner you go straight in off the corner. It's a corner entranceway.
Right.
All right. Mm-hmm. So I walk in, and there. You got to understand that back then they were Pakistanis back then in our neighborhood, and they were ruthless, right? They usually had a guy with a machine gun up in a cockloft, like watching their front door. That's what they did, So there wasn't any guy with a machine gun this day in there. But anyway, so I walk in, and the kid's behind me. I go, "You ready?" He goes, "Yeah, let's go." We go inside, and I go, "I can't find the guy." Now, if anybody, this guy's name is Prince Markie Dee.
Fat Boys.
See, you knew that right away.
Fat Boys.
Prince Markie Dee was, I think he was the singer. They're also rappers. Yeah. So he's one of the Fat Boys. And the guy was fat. There's no question.
Yeah, the Fat Boys.
Big guys, the Fat Boys.
That was a big thing in the 90s. It was Chub Rock.
Yeah.
There was the Fat Boys.
The Fat Boys. This is 86,
yeah,
87.
That whole time.
They used to rap the neighborhood. They would put 1,000 people on Vermont by the schoolyard.
Yeah.
I took some money from them once. Don't tell anybody. There was a bag. There was a bag. You know what pissed me off? It was a pillowcase. I'm like, oh, I found a pillowcase filled with money. It was all singles. I mean, what am I going to do with a pillowcase full of singles?
You go to a strip club, I guess.
But that's what.
Where are you going to go?
It was filled with singles. These guys didn't even care about that. They were playing. So anyway, I took a few singles. What am I doing? I can't fit 100
they
singles.
sell those mixtapes.
Is that what that
made
was?
That money.
Yeah. So anyway, you had pillowcases full of singles. I mean, what the hell is it, a stripper? Anyway, that was at their house on Vermont. Anyway, so I don't know who this guy is. He goes, I go, where's the bag? He goes, what bag, officer? Like he's so sweet. What bag, officer? I go, the bag that was in your hand. He goes, I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, so now I'm stupid.
Right.
So that doesn't go over well, right? So I look at the store owner, who has nothing to do with Prince Markie Dee. All right, nothing. I go, if the bag's behind your counter, you're going to jail for what's in it. To the store owner. So the store owner goes, here you go. Here's the bag. So I go, I open it up. Yeah, not gonna work, kid. I open it up and there's a, I don't know, two-shot Derringer. I don't even know. There's a two-shot Derringer or something. I can't remember because I got so many different guns. Right. So there's a gun in the fucking bag. So I look at him. I go, "You're under arrest for possession of a firearm." Blah blah blah. So the kid goes. So he goes, "Officer, this is the Markie Dee.
Right.
Officer." I go, "What? What? You're under arrest." He goes, he's got stacks of hundreds in his fucking bag. He goes, "Take the money." I go, no, because I got the rookie with me.
Right.
Otherwise, it's a deal. So he goes, "Take the money." I go, no. I said, "No, you can't bribe me. Not now." No. So the kid goes, he goes, "I'm Prince Markie Dee." So the rookie cop goes, "Prince Markie Dee, his brother works in the 9-0 precinct as a cop."
I didn't know that.
I didn't know it either. What do I know? So the kid goes, the rookie, when I say kid means rookie cop. Mm-hmm. The kid goes, you know that, but people listening might not, right? So I go, "Kid, you got the collar." He goes, "I know his brother."
It's all right.
I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
You wanted the gun collar. I said before he parked the car, we went explicitly through this whole fucking thing. I'm not stopping this guy if you don't want the collar. I don't know this guy that well.
Yeah.
I can't rob this guy. I gotta do the right thing. So he goes, no. He goes, can we not do the arrest? This is the kid asking me now. And now you got Markie Dee going, yeah, listen to the rookie. Listen to the rookie. Now he wants me to listen to my rookie that I'm training this fucking kid, right? So I look at Markie Dee. I look at the rookie. I ain't making the collar, right? So I go, "It's your lucky day." I said, and this is what I said to him. And this really resonated. Years later, it comes back to me. 25 years later. I said to him, "You see this gun?" He goes, "Yeah." I said, "You're not a killer." He goes, "No, I'm not." He goes, "I'm a rapper." Now he's telling me.
He's probably diabetic, too.
He's probably diabetic.
Probably diabetic.
Yeah. So he goes, matter of fact, he dies young.
Yeah, well, no shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Sad. So it turns out he's a good. So he says to me, I said to him, "This gun that you had in this bag of yours is going to get you killed." I said, "If you don't get ready to use a gun, you better not have one on you." Left it alone, took the gun, left the cash, took the gun, and walked out the door. So the kid says to me, "What are we doing with the gun?" I said, "What gun?" "What gun?"
Give it to the Pakistani.
"What gun?" I said, "There is no gun here." He goes, "Okay." I said, "That's how this is going to go. You hear me?" Yeah. So, fast forward. I come home from prison. I get this documentary, and my son decides to put me on Twitter. I go on Twitter, and Prince Markie Dee is on Twitter. I don't know these people really. I don't know anybody. I don't even know my name sometimes. So he saw the 7-5 documentary and he tweeted something. "Great movie, da 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 da." So I sent him a private message.
Yeah.
I sent him a message. And he sends me back a message. I hope I still have it. I'd love to show it with people. He says, "Remember what you told me?" I don't remember. What the fuck do I remember? He goes, "Changed my life." That's pretty cool. He says, "What you told me changed my life." I mean, look, I was a young knucklehead myself back then, you know? And to hear some guy who was a professional musician, rapper, who turned his life around, I gave him a break with the gun, because the kid didn't want the collar, and it turned his life around. So I ended up getting some messages from him over the next couple of months, not very many. He ends up inviting me to Miami. He owns all the fucking diamond strip clubs or something like that.
I didn't even know that.
He owned a bunch of strip clubs, the high-end ones.
You were telling me he owned Wingstop. Some shit.
No, he owned a bunch of strip clubs. Vegas, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and L.A. He owned a couple of them. Anyway, I could be wrong, but that's what he told me in the message. He said, "Maybe come down and let me know. I'll take you out." But of course, I called him 10 times. Didn't answer the goddamn phone after that. But the moral of the story was, I had sent him another message. He got back to me about a friend of his who was suffering with, I think, either a kidney.
Really?
I think it was a kidney. That one of the rappers, one of the guys, has publicly passed away, and he was trying to see him. And there was first of all, these guys are all connected. You know that?
Yeah.
They're like the guys from the late 70s when they really started rapping, 83, 84. They really started rapping like that. They're all connected, and they run in a tight circle, and they all know each other. In fact, they kill each other if they're mad. You know, that's sort of their game, right? They end up shooting each other up and shit. But anyway, either that or they're tied together. So he was seeking out one of the guys that was about to die. He said, "I'm sorry, I've been busy," and he was doing a midnight show. He was like a VJ or DJ on a midnight radio show out of Miami or something like that. There'll be people out here who send me a message, let me know exactly what it was, and so it was an interesting thing. And then he ended up passing away. I want to say,
Yeah, wasn't it? It was a
about
while
4
ago.
years ago now,
Yeah.
right around COVID.
Yeah, I remember.
Just before COVID or just right at the beginning of COVID.
The whole rap game now. I mean, these guys. We dealt with a rapper. Remember the guy who?
But the 7'5".
Yeah, he was the
Computer
7'5".
The computer 7'5", right? Right now, how did he get his name? Remember?
Well, originally it was. He said
His
He said
grandmother.
his grandmother. That's what he said. His grandmother liked 50 Cent.
Yes.
So, and she says you're 7'5".
You're more
and
than-
you rap like a computer. You're more than 50 Cent.
Right,
Your
yes.
computer's 7'5".
Your computer's 7'5". Now
So-
what happened? We had a relationship.
So
with
yeah,
him.
he was. We tried promoting him a little, did security work and all, but he was a character. I remember he said, yeah. We go to. This is great. So we were out to dinner or something or lunch, and he's like, yeah, I do pull-ups, I work out, and the guy was chubby. The guy wasn't like a big workout guy, and Mike's like, there's no way this fat bastard is doing.
Because I did pull-ups my whole life.
Anyway, we go out. That conversation happened. We go out to Arizona to shoot a video. Like I go out there with him, and one of the things is in the gym, boxing and all, and doing pull-ups. So he goes to the pull-up bar, and it was like nothing happens. So now he had to get somebody to go under him and lift his legs like he was doing all these pull-ups.
For the video?
On the video. Remember that?
Yeah. Well, I wasn't there, Mike.
well,
I didn't make that trip.
I remember I told you.
Yes, you did. Yeah. Because you said to me, you were right. You came back from the trip and you said to me, Mike, you were right. He couldn't do 5. He couldn't do 1.
I remember we were out in Arizona. I was out in Arizona with him, and he's like, yeah, the streets of, the Bronx, the streets of this, the streets of that, all this. I said, oh, that's good. Yeah. So we go shoot a video, and I said, it's a nice day. Let's walk back, right? Yeah. So me and him are walking back, and I notice this guy. He's on my right side, and he's walking up. And the guy keeps looking, and I had an expensive watch on.
Yeah.
So I said, hey, go to my left.
You told him?
He's like, huh? And he's walking. I said, go stand on my left. So the guy comes, he goes, you got $1? I said, I got anything.
Here we go.
So he starts moving closer. And I see he's like in his waistband. I carry all the time.
Yeah.
Whatever,
yeah.
I carry in every state.
Yeah.
So the guy starts like coming towards me and he goes, oh yeah. I said, listen, get the fuck out of here. Get out of here.
Yeah.
So he's like, oh yeah. And he starts coming in. So I went right to my waistband. So I'm going to shoot this guy.
Right.
This guy, he was a black guy. He turned white.
Computer?
So the guy takes off. I'm like, shit. Now what?
The PF Flyers?
So he's like, were you going to shoot that guy? I said, he came out a gun. I was going to shoot him.
Yeah.
You're damn right I was going to shoot him.
Yeah.
So he's like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. I said, well, I'm going to find a cop and I'm going to tell him what just happened. So this guy doesn't run and say I was going to pull a gun on him.
Well, whatever.
So I find a cop on the street.
Yeah.
And I said, he goes, oh, where is he? Over there. Nah, don't worry about it. I said, all right, I'm just notifying you, whatever. Yeah. We get back to the hotel. This guy's got to sit down. He's drinking water. He's like, I don't know what happened. I'm petrified. I said, you're from the streets.
Nothing happened to him.
I said, nothing happened. There was nothing.
Yeah.
But he was a little nice guy. But he was a little simple.
Well, wait. Stop, Mike. You're missing the story, okay?
So.
You're really missing the story. Did he or did he not get invited to the White House?
The White House? No.
Yeah.
No, he had to go. It was called, I forgot what they called it at the time. It was like all these rappers get together. We scheduled it for him. All these rappers get together out west. This guy had scheduled it. And they do like all this, like a face-off with each other and all. It's good publicity.
Right.
So we set it all up. I couldn't go. And he was going to go. And then he doesn't go. He's can't fly on planes alone. So I'm like, you got to be kidding me. What do you mean can't fly on planes alone? You know,
Was
this is
someone
ridiculous.
What, you gonna hold his hand?
Well, I don't.
This is the guy who
understand.
survived the rough streets of the Bronx.
Right. So I was like, I don't know, something wrong with this guy, right? So we had a whole cast of characters. So then we had him. We had so if anybody follows the UFC, if you remember in the UFC, Phil Baroni, he was the New York Badass. He was a really good fighter.
Yeah, he was. But wait, his father was a detective, wasn't he?
His father was a detective.
Corrupt motherfucker too. From what I heard.
Yeah.
I don't know enough.
There's a whole
story
between
behind that.
actually a bunch of people.
Yeah.
But Phil, I grew up when I competed in bodybuilding. Phil had competed in bodybuilding. Phil was a very good fighter. He was a wrestler. I remember out in Pennsylvania, he did like a tough man. These old tough man things weren't like UFC.
Yeah, no, they would beat
He would
down.
fight like a bunch of guys in one night.
Yeah, they would beat
He
down.
wound up winning the whole thing, and he was about 180 pounds at the time. So Phil wins this thing. He's like, I think I could be a fighter. I said, okay, you know. Next thing you know, he's in the UFC. He's fighting. He's doing great. You know, he fought some good fights in there, and then he went to Pride. So he was doing well for a while. And there's a story. Phil used to collect money.
Oh, he was a bill collector. Yeah.
So he went to. This is how tough and nuts he was. So he went to collect money one time, and I guess it turned on and they stabbed him in the head. So he get back to the house where he was originally from, ran 5 miles with a knife in his head.
Oh.
Standing there telling the story with a knife in his head. So it's like,
Jesus.
Okay, he's not a guy to play with. So anyway, we lose track. He's in the UFC. He's in Pride. He gets thrown out of a bunch of gyms. You know, I personally think he had CTE. The cat. I really think he had a concussion syndrome.
Yeah.
Because you know, but
Something's wrong.
he
wasn't normal.
Things, like we'd hang out. If we go to the gym, he would we're in a bagel store. We're in the bagel store one day, right?
Okay.
Right before we go to the gym.
You know, those bagel stores can be very.
Yeah, bagel stores in Long Island are a big thing.
Yeah, big thing.
So we go. Phil's in there. He's got no underwear on. He's got the fighting shorts, scratching himself. So I'm looking at. So you want a cup of coffee? I'm getting a cup of coffee, and you want a bagel or something? No, I don't want anything. I said, all right. So it's the kind of place where you go, you fill up your coffee yourself, and you pay for it.
Right.
So I fill up my coffee, I get my stuff. He goes there, and as he scratches himself, he grabs the coffee. He's putting it in there, and the guy's looking at him. I said, Phil, we got to pay for that. I ain't paying for nothing. I'll strangle this guy. I'll choke him out. He's like, what's wrong with you? I said, relax. Why, did he say something? I'm like, oh, God. I said, everywhere you went was an issue. You know, he started getting like that. So he had this thing, he wanted to fight Jake Paul later on in his career when he's trying to revive his career.
Right.
So he wants to fight Jake Paul. I said, okay, maybe, we could maybe set it up, whatever. So bunch of us go out to dinner.
Right.
It was at one of the steakhouses on Long Island.
I was there.
Mike was there, so I'm going to set it up.
Yeah.
So it's a round table. We walk into the place. I sit down facing
the door.
I was facing the door,
Always.
which I like to sit.
Yeah.
There's a tree behind me, and now Mike sits. I believe
to your right,
to my right.
Yeah.
Right.
And Baroni's over.
And Baroni stands there, and he's just standing there like, "What's going on?" I said, "What's up?" Well, he's like, I don't want to stare at his face.
Oh, I didn't know. No, I don't know that.
Yeah, he goes, I don't want to stare at his face. I said, well, I got to sit somewhere else. I said, Phil, just sit. So now we sit down, ordering dinner, talking, and Mike's like, wow, you fought in the UFC. What weight class or whatever? So Phil tells him, what are you about, 5'8"? And this guy loses it. 5'8"? He's like, are you fucking kidding? 5'8".
6 foot, he says.
I'm 5'11".
No, he says he's
Mike
6.
goes down. I ain't no, Mike's like, you ain't no 5'11".
Yeah.
You're 5'8" at best. Maybe 5'7".
Yeah, maybe.
So I'm like, oh man. Phil's like, what?
Yeah.
What? First of all, he goes, I gotta look at your donkey face. He calls Mike donkey face. He goes, I gotta look at your donkey face. And I know how tall I am. So he's pissed the entire dinner.
I don't know this, by the way.
He's pissed.
I just know that he's a little
He's
ruffled.
pissed where he had to sit. And he's
ruffled.
pissed that he called him 5'8".
Yeah.
So now we eat the dinner. Phil goes home or whatever. Next day I get a phone call. What are you doing? I said, not that I just woke up. We going to the gym today? Maybe later. He's like, yeah, I need that guy's name and number and his address. I said, who? The donkey face sitting across from me. I'm like, Mike? Yeah. He goes, I'm going to have him measure me. I'm going to punch him in his donkey face. He goes, I am not 5'8". So I'm like, well, what's the big deal for it? No, let's set up a meeting because I have to straighten this out. I said, listen, you got to relax. He's like, no. And he kept on calling me donkey face. He's like, sped up. I had to look at his face through the whole meal. And I wanted to punch it in. So he doesn't know none of
I have
this.
no idea.
So I tell
don't know.
him.
I offended the guy by telling him his exact.
to come down to
His
wanted to
exact
murder him.
height. I was giving him a little liberty when
Guy
I said
wanted to come to his
5'8".
house and murder him. And he's like, he didn't want to see Mike anymore. Mike pissed him off royally.
I don't know. I mean, if I piss somebody off by telling them their height by being generous, he's not 5'8", by the way, lady. He's maybe 5'7", okay? Yeah. And I was being generous, saying, "What are you, about 5'8"? And he's like, I'm 6 foot or 5'11". I go, "Oh my God!"
Yeah,
I didn't know he was.
The Jake Paul fight never happened.
Yeah, well, clearly
because he gets thrown out of a lot of gyms
because he wouldn't be in Mexico.
Right.
In Mexico,
he decided he was going to go to Mexico.
Well, by the way, it's not funny, but you know, I mean, we're trying to have a lighthearted moment here.
He went to Mexico.
Sorry, Phil. In case he gets out, I'm not trying to make fun of you.
You're dead if he gets out.
I know.
This guy's dead. If
No, please. I was a donkey. I didn't know I was a donkey.
Face. He wanted to punch it in. So Phil goes to Mexico, and this is where we saw it coming. I mean, he was getting really
But you had a relationship with Phil for a while.
Yeah, we were 18, 19.
And I didn't even know that.
Yeah, and then later on, so I'm like, But he would just go. We'd go to a gym on Long Island. We went to a gym, and he said some guy was looking at him. He's like, "I'm gonna cave his chest in." I said, "That guy's not even looking at you." It was things like that,
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, whatever. So
Because you really wouldn't look at Phil. I mean, because he's almost innocuous looking. Because he's not a big guy.
Right.
He's not imposing.
But he grabs a hold of these
guys. But he grabbed my hand.
We were out one night, and the guy said something to him. He goes, "Oh, Phil Baroni." Yeah, what? Oh no, I just say, okay, all right. And I'm looking. I said, "Oh boy." So the guy's like, "Well, what's the problem?" I said, the guy was a little drunk. Phil grabbed his arm. So I watch him grab his arm, and I'm like, "Oh, this ain't good." Yeah. And the guy's like, goes to pull it. So I grab Phil's arm. Now I'm trying to pull it. I'm like, "Oh, man." He locked onto this guy, and he starts twisting his arm. I'm like, "Phil, stop." Finally let him go. And the guy's like, "Oh." The guy goes, "I'm a cop."
Oh, shit.
I was like, I said, "Guy, then you better leave."
Yeah, you got to go.
I says, because, it's going to probably be bad for you, too.
Yeah.
So I would leave. He's like, "Whatever." I said, "Be quiet. You're drunk, So I was the voice of reason.
Oh, wow. Well, you don't drink, Mike.
Yeah. So Phil goes to Mexico. He's fighting these little fights in Mexico doing Muay Thai.
Right.
He winds up meeting a girl, and it turned tragic. He's actually doing time. He actually murdered the girl, if you remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's doing like 32 years. It was very sad.
Yeah.
It turned.
Yeah, I'm getting now. I'm getting messages that I'm height shaming people. I'm not height shaming anybody. 5'8". The guy sending me a message over here on
no,
the
Phil. I think he was listed in the UFC. Dana White listed him at 5'8".
Yeah,
5'9".
I mean,
he was listed at 5'8".
I was a cop. I'm a cop my whole life. All right, you might not like me, but I was a cop since I'm 21 years old. I know heights because that's what I'm trained in. How high, how tall, how fast, how lean, how heavy, how dark.
He was a very good fighter.
Phil.
He was a good boxer.
No, Phil was a good
good
listen,
fighter,
the strength he had, when I met him, I want to say he was 47, 48, something like that, in that range. He could have been 45.
He didn't like that either if you told his age, at that age. He didn't like that either.
What? This guy's in the he sounds like is he a lip? Is he a lip?
Careful.
He's easily offended.
Careful.
He's easily offended,
Mexico starts releasing prisoners, you're screwed.
Yeah,
you're going to have to go to Mexico.
Please. I got you, Mike. You got a gun on you, right?
I got a gun.
All right, we're good. So, but anyway, well, listen, and he's doing 32 years?
I think it was 32 years. I think they upgraded there because it's a female. If you murder a female, it's a higher charge, I believe.
Right.
So it's very sad.
Did he beat her to death? Was that what happened? I mean,
supposedly,
according
the story was that they got into an altercation. He said he didn't kill her. He went outside to buy cigarettes. He saw the cops there. He said something to them. They came back up, but she was bruised from head to toe and dead. So I mean, it doesn't look. I mean, you don't have to be a.
And he went to trial.
I don't think he went to trial. I don't know how it works there. I know they got him a lawyer, a couple of people and all, but I just, it was a very sad, tragic.
Well, you got a woman that's dead. And he's
tragic.
If he's got the brain issue,
I think if it was in the U.S., he wouldn't be doing time. I think they would have used that as a defense.
Yeah.
But he was you could tell.
But he was off. Well, you know that he was off for a while, and he brought a lot of problems to himself because of it. In fact, didn't they have filmed him getting arrested by Suffolk Nassau County one day?
Well, he had
really arrested.
He had a problem with the landlord.
Well, it was his family member. It was his family member.
He lived with his uncle. Yeah. There was a guy upstairs, and the guy too. I mean, don't you know the guy's not too stable. Don't play with him.
Yeah.
And I guess they said something about the grass and all. And then he took the guy's sunglasses off his head, and then the guy threatened the guy. And next thing you know, Nassau came and had to lock him up.
Yeah, yeah. And one of our friends showed up
John showed up,
and helped mediate a little bit. Yeah.
But everybody tried to help him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he really did. People tried to
Yeah. And listen, clearly he had some issues, and
he was a good fighter, but he took a lot of hits.
Yeah, and part of our show of Organized Minds is dealing with some of the mental health issues of trauma. Be it whether you're the police or fighting business or whatever it happens to be.
It's a lot of fighters. There was just him. There's a lot. It was War Machine. Remember the guy War Machine? He dated the porn star, the girl. He beat her. I think he beat her almost to death. He caught her cheating on him. She's a porn star. Yeah. Caught her cheating on him with a guy, and he's in jail. He was good friends with Phil.
Oh,
they were very good friends with War Machine and him. I don't know if people remember War Machine.
I know Ortiz. You remember Ortiz?
Yeah, Tito.
Yeah, Tito and I were at a party together in
Pete's, right?
At Pete's house. Yeah, Pete's house. Your buddy's house.
Yeah, I made him an honorary sheriff or something. Tito somewhere.
Yeah. I think more than that. I think he might actually join the PD.
Yeah, I don't know if he joined the PD.
Well, why not?
I used to like him and Dana White getting into it.
Yeah. Well, put it this way. I'm going to say this aloud. I could be wrong. I think Ortiz put him on the map.
I think so. Well, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, who'd we know before
those first
him?
Guys, Shamrock, Tank Abbott, if you remember.
Did they put
those guys?
Did they put
They
Dana?
started the UFC.
Yeah, but they didn't have the personality that Tito had.
No, he had a personality.
He had a personality. Yeah. And he ended up marrying a porn star.
Yeah.
And of course they broke up. But,
that's a surprise.
Yeah. Well, whatever. That's their life. He lived he lived an exciting life, and he's come from very humble beginnings.
Yeah.
Ortiz.
He was out for California.
Yeah. Huntington Beach.
Huntington Beach bad boy. He was.
Yeah. The Brooklyn bad.
Yeah.
It would have been nice to see them fight.
Yeah, the New York badass. And,
that would have been nice. Can we arrange that if he gets released early?
No more. I don't think these guys are fighting.
I'll help arrange that. Just. Anyway, so listen, that was our spin on the UFC and some of our rap game from Organized Minds. And thanks for joining us today, and we'll hope to see you soon. Thanks.